Broadcasting from the world-famous LWDL studios, this is Life with Dan and Lewis. I'm Dan.
And I'm Lewis.
And we're here to talk about life and all the wonderful, magical, horrible, awful, fantastic stuff inside that four-letter word.
L-I-F-E. Life.
Before we get too far in, if you hear anything you like today, feel free to go over to buymeacoffee.com/LWDL. Your support is greatly appreciated for this little adventure we are on.
Thank you for your support.
Hey, it's good to see you.
Good to see you also.
Let's play a game.
Let's do it.
Would you rather?
Would I rather? Let's do this.
Would you rather wear pants size 3? Would you rather wear pants that are size that? Oh, wow. This is a tough one to get out. Would you rather wear pants that were 3 sizes too big or shoes that were 3 sizes too small?
Ooh. Give me the pants that are 3 sizes too big.
Yeah, I'm with you 100% on that.
I cannot put cramp. That's going to be...
My feet have to be comfy.
Oh, yeah, definitely. Would you rather work more hours a day but have longer weekends, or few hours a day and have more work days?
I would rather get more hours in one day and have longer weekends. I am a proponent of the 10-hour day, 4-hour work week.
I also agree with you and believe the same. Or, I mean, if you can work a 3-hour work week and have more days off, or whatever the case, I'm with you on that. I would rather work more hours in a single day to have more days off.
Definitely.
Because in those days off, you can do a lot of things. There's doctor's appointments, there's errands you can run, things you can do where you don't have to worry about taking time off to do.
That's a good point.
You know, like...
I was just thinking not working, just disconnecting from work.
Yeah.
And more opportunity for that. But you're thinking functionally, it just makes more sense.
Yeah. If, for instance, a couple of weeks ago, I went to Houston for my nephew's graduation.
Mm-hmm.
And if I had the opportunity to work longer days and not have to worry about putting in a leave request for those 2 days off, then I could have had those 2 days off and have a 4-day, I have a 4-day work weekend without worrying about submitting time. So
that's a good point.
Yeah, I would rather work more hours and have some longer weekends.
It's a really good point. How about, would you rather speak to animals or be able to know other people's thoughts? So mind reader or animal communicator?
Ooh, that's a tough one.
I know.
That is a tough one. I was thinking about both. That's a tough one. Because
I think I'm a mind reader. Here's why. If you can talk to animals, but you're the only one that can talk to animals, everyone just thinks you're crazy.
That's true.
If you can read people's minds, even if they deny it, they know that you're right. It's like if I just told you what you were thinking, you could be like, no, that's not what I'm thinking, but I know. Like there's even if you get called crazy, like there's.
But here's the thing. What if you walk into a room, there's 100 people in there, and you can hear everybody what they're thinking?
Oh, but you can't distinguish who's who.
You gotta go fucking crazy.
Oh. That's interesting.
But then again,
there's a lot of animals out there, though. I mean, what if they can all talk to you, but you can't tell them to shut up? Or you can, but like they don't respect you because they're animals.
Yeah. Oh, this is a tough one.
So you just constantly hear birds going, hello, 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 hello.
Yeah. Wow.
Or you hear like bugs, like I'm a bug, 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 I'm a bug. Like,
yeah. Wow. So Dr. Dolittle, or what's that movie where the guy can hear what everybody thinks or what woman thinks? There's an episode on I'm drawing a blank on the TV show where the guy can hear what women think. Well, anyway, so it's Dr. Dolittle versus
hearing people's thoughts. Yeah.
Or
they're both really cool. I'm thinking from I want to stay out of the mental institute. I'm thinking I have to go with people's thoughts.
You know what? I'll have to say that too, because if they're about to like send you to a mental hospital, you can hear their thoughts. Like, this guy's crazy. I'm gonna call somebody. Like, all right, I'm gonna stay away from that person. I'm gonna pack a bag.
Or you just call them out on it. I'm not crazy. I can hear your thoughts. I know what you're thinking. And then they believe you, and hopefully you can talk them into it.
That'll work out perfectly in in a relationship where your spouse is mad at you, and you ask them like, "Are you mad at me?" And they say no, but in their head they're like, "Yeah, I'm fucking mad at you," or whatever. You'd be like, "Oh, yep, you are mad at me," because that'd
be really annoying too, though, for a spouse.
Yeah, it definitely would. I don't know. Interesting though.
Yeah.
Would you rather have a rewind button or a pause button on your life?
Yeah, I have a definitive answer on this. It's a pause button.
Why pause?
Rewind is too dangerous.
I can see that, but why?
Because I think that everything happens for a reason.
Mm-hmm.
And I think it'd be too tempting to rewind and change something without knowing the butterfly effects
Correct.
that you're messing with.
Yeah.
So you could be like, man, I really didn't enjoy my time at whatever job. Then you go back and you don't get that job. Well, then it like changes your trajectory and like, you know, people you know, your future jobs, all that kind of stuff.
How does that differ from having a pause button?
Because a pause button, you're not going back and redoing anything.
But if you're in a situation that you don't like and you pause and then you change the outcome of, well, you don't know the future. So,
right.
Okay. That makes sense.
Mm-hmm. You can't change your trajectory with the pause button.
Yeah. You can just pause the
you
moment.
Might be able to make like better decisions.
Yeah.
Yeah. I've always thought it'd be really cool to be able to freeze time, and that's sort of close to a pause button.
Mm-hmm.
So that you could like think something out, or you could go investigate something more thoroughly, or like that kind of stuff.
Okay.
I don't know. What are your thoughts?
Yeah, I would not want to have a rewind button because even if I had a bad life experience, it taught me something.
Right, and it's too tempting to take things out, and you might not understand.
Yeah, like if I rewind my life 10 years ago and I say like I didn't have the job, I didn't take the job that I have now.
Sure.
Or with Bear County, I would have never met my spouse and I would have never had my daughter.
Right.
So if you think about it, yeah.
So even if you're only rewound, 10 seconds, how do you know that that wasn't the critical 10 seconds for something that you're going to be very appreciative of 10 years from now?
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, it's too dangerous.
Yeah, I would definitely agree. It is very, very dangerous and tempting nonetheless, but very dangerous.
Yeah.
I would say a pause button because at any moment I can pause time, do some critical thinking, unfreeze time, and then have either a better answer or figure out a better way of doing whatever I pause. So yeah, pause button will work.
Would you rather have an extra toe or an extra finger? And for argument's sake of this discussion, we'll say it's fully functional.
Huh. I would have to say extra finger.
I think so.
I mean, I don't really need an extra. Like, what am I going to do with the extra toe?
I have big feet already and shoes are hard enough. I don't need another toe down there.
Yeah. I mean, with the extra finger, you can do a lot of
better grip strength.
Maybe.
I don't know.
I would venture to say I would rather have an extra finger.
I think that's right. I think that's the right answer. Just from shoes aren't going to work right if you have an extra toe.
Yeah.
If it's fully functional and like everything. I'm not so sure what the exact benefits of an extra finger are, but it seems less problemsome. Gloves.
Yeah. Imagine typing though.
Oh yeah, if you had a whole extra finger to do some typing, that might be kind of cool.
Yeah.
Yeah, it could be interesting.
With 10 fingers, if you only can type 60 words a minute with the extra finger, what if you can get to 70?
Right.
You know, I mean,
that's an interesting thought. I think that's about the only place I can think it would be actually useful. Maybe in baseball somehow, if you can throw some kind of wicked slider with your extra finger.
I don't know.
It's
crazy.
Yeah. So final one. Go ahead.
Would you rather rain marshmallows or Skittles?
So everyone knows Skittles are my favorite candy.
Yes.
There's not a snowball's chance in the fiery depths of hell that I'm going to ask for it to rain Skittles. That would be extremely painful. Marshmallows. It has to rain marshmallows. Those are soft, innocent, and delicious. Skittles is like the worst hail ever.
I was going to say Skittles because I like Skittles over marshmallows. But you do make a valid point of being hit in the head or pelted by...
I'm thinking of all the cars, the windows, the roofs. I mean, Skittles are going to do some damage.
But then it'll make one say, okay, what if it didn't damage anything, but...
Oh, if this is a risk-free opportunity, hell yeah, Skittles.
Yeah.
Just walk out there like this and
Oh, I got a handful of Skittles, you know? Which reminds me when Aiden and I were over help you do your front lawn and I had that teeny episode of low blood sugar.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, handful of Skittles.
Yeah.
I'm good now.
Yeah.
Let's get back to work. That's interesting.
Yeah. Yeah, I thought that would be a fun way to open this episode. Let's get to our break here and we'll get into some more topics about finding your passion.
I'll say our listeners, play that game or email us and let us know.
Yeah, if you have any other
you
fantastic would you rather questions, send them our way. We'll include this on some future episodes. Or send us your choices. If you have some unique choice here that we missed the mark, let us know. Shoot us an email and let us know.
Yeah, maybe you want an extra toe or something.
Yeah, and tell us why. Maybe we're missing some huge benefit of having an extra toe.
There you go.
This is the place that we would love to tell you about our sponsors, but we don't have any. Maybe you can help us. Life with Dan and Lewis is actively looking for new brands, podcasts, people, and companies to partner with. If you're interested, drop us a note at lifewithdanandlewis@gmail.com.
That's lifewithdanandlewis@gmail.com.
We'd like to hear from you. After all, we are doing this for your entertainment. Drop us a note and let us know where you're listening from, or if you have any ideas for new segments, things you'd like us to stop doing, do more of, less of, or anything at all, email us at lifewithdanandlewis@gmail.com.
That's lifewithdanandlewis@gmail.com.
In our second segment today, we're going to talk about finding your passion, how to discover and pursue your passion in life.
Yes. This is I think a very important aspect to life.
Yeah.
Because I find myself sometimes in the past questioning, what am I here for?
Yeah.
Like, why
I think we all have,
I'm here, and what is my purpose of being here? You know?
So you and I talked about this. We did some research and we broke this down into 5 steps on the journey.
Let's do it.
So the first one is distinguishing what is a passion versus what is a hobby.
Correct.
So we went out and we did some research here on definitions, and passions are characterized by a deeper emotional and psychological investment, intense enthusiasm, and a sense of purpose. They require more time, commitment, and long-term dedication. Passions hold personal significance, reflect core interests and identity, and provide profound emotional fulfillment. They are often long-term and involve a willingness to overcome challenges. So they're not stopped easily.
Hobbies, on the other hand, are enjoyable activities that provide relaxation and pleasure. They may not invoke the same level of emotional intensity or personal significance as passions. Hobbies can be enjoyed casually, require less time and commitment, and may evolve or change over time based on shifting interests.
Yeah. So to me, the big difference is passions don't change and shift as frequently as hobbies may.
Yeah.
And hobbies are often less serious. Correct. And more casual in nature.
Yeah. Yeah, because like a hobby of mine, sometimes I have my highs and lows with this hobby. It's going to the gun range.
Oh, sure.
Yeah,
but it's sort of, it comes and goes.
Yeah, it does.
It's casual.
And then another hobby of mine is going fishing.
Sure.
Same thing. But same thing. It comes and goes. Yeah. And then when I do it, it's just like, sometimes it's a spur of the moment. Like,
right. It just feels good. It's not like you're super passionate about getting better at it. You just do it because it feels good.
Yeah. If I go out there fishing 5 times in a row and I don't catch anything,
sure.
At least I just relaxed and was out there just, casting a line into the water.
So one of mine is video games. In particular, right now it's Fortnite.
Yeah.
That game scratches a particular itch for me because there's quests that you complete. So you have to do something to mark the checkbox. Mm-hmm. So that's an itch in my brain. Okay. And it's in short batches. Around is 10 to 15 minutes.
Ah, nice.
So it's that is a particular niche of game that really works well for me.
Yeah.
But I could play it for a couple hours a day, 15 days in a row, and then I could not play it for a couple months.
Yeah.
It's sort of a hobby that I do it because it sounds like fun, and it is fun.
Yeah.
I'm not passionate about video games in any kind of way, shape, or form.
Yeah. A passion of mine, which has been a passion of mine for quite some years now, is helping other people.
Mm-hmm.
And I have over my adult life, when I say adult life, post high school, and probably post college, um, I have helped a lot of friends move. I have helped a lot of friends do stuff like that. And it's a passion of mine to help people without looking for a reward,
Sure.
or without getting a reward, because my reward is actually helping the person do something.
Right.
For instance, when you moved
Mm-hmm.
into the house that you have now, from your old house, and we had to meet a deadline, I looked at it and I was just like, if I remove myself from the scenario and you're doing it on your own, it would have been crazy and chaotic for you.
Yeah.
But because I was there and I was able to help, um, that was my passion of being there and being able to help you.
Sure.
And I get pleasure and fulfillment out of being there to help you do what you needed to do, and also meeting the deadline of being out of your old house.
Absolutely.
And so, and another passion of mine is when in my younger days, I used to partner with my church and go down and feed the homeless.
Mm-hmm.
And then sometimes just like going out there talking to somebody who sometimes people just don't show interest in talking to them
Okay.
because they are homeless. And people don't want to talk to them because they smell and they're unclean and whatnot, and they think that they're crazy. Not every person who's homeless is crazy. Sometimes they do have a good reason why they're homeless.
Mm-hmm.
But if you never take the time to go out there and help somebody besides yourself, you will never know.
Right.
And that's one of my passions. Like, don't get me wrong. When I'm at a stoplight and somebody walks up to my window, I don't help that person because that's just different. But my passion is truly helping the people who are down and out,
Mm-hmm.
who don't necessarily different spectrum from helping friends move. But the other passion is helping people who are down and out, and who, I like to help the homeless.
Sure.
I like to, be able to go out there and feed them and talk to them, because some of them have really good stories
Mm-hmm.
of why they got to the point to where they are. And then sometimes just a 5-minute conversation with them sparks something in them, like
Right.
somebody actually does care for me, even in a state where I am now.
Right.
And I think
That's a
that
good point.
both you and I both have this slogan for our lives. We look to do something that's going to help somebody else.
Yeah.
Like, if we don't, whatever we do in life, we need to do it in looking to help somebody else.
Right.
And if it doesn't provide something, a way of us helping somebody else, then it's just not fulfillment for us.
Yeah.
That's even on my job today, because my court has the mental health court within it.
Mm-hmm.
And it's even though I'm just a coordinator who does resets, there has been on occasions where individuals have walked up to me and were just like, you know what? You gave me a reset and you smiled at me, or you treated me nice. And for them, that meant the world to them, because they're going through hell.
Sure.
We don't know the people that we help, their background and what they're going through.
Right.
Sometimes a simple smile, maybe a nod, or just acknowledging them that they exist is something that's important to them.
Right.
So just a little example of passion versus hobbies. And you can tell in my voice when I talk about something that's passion, you really get into that and it excites you. When you talk about hobbies, it may excite you in a different way, because it's just a hobby. You can
Mhm.
do it, you cannot do it. But when somebody talks about something that's true passion to them,
Sure.
they really get into it, and you can tell by their demeanor that it's really something that excites them.
Agreed. So discovering a passion. So let's talk a little bit about, how you can discover your passion and what that might look like. So discovering a passion involves self-reflection, trying new things, following curiosities, reflecting on childhood interest, seeking inspiration from others, paying attention to emotions. But overall, it's embracing the journey.
Yeah.
It's a process of exploring various activities, interests, and experiences to uncover what brings joy, fulfillment, and a sense of purpose. By being open-minded, patient, and actively engaging in activities that resonate with you, you can uncover your passions and embark on a fulfilling path for self-discovery. So let's touch on some of those things. So trying new things. You have to try new things. If you don't know what your passion is, that means that you haven't run across it yet in something you've done.
Correct.
Which means that you need to try new things to add things to your list of things you've done to identify which one of those is going to be a passion.
Yeah.
Curiosity is a great way to do that.
Yeah.
Things you're interested in might turn into hobbies, might turn into passions.
Mhm.
You got to follow that. They called it embracing the journey, and going down that path. And another one is paying attention to your emotions and things that make you feel emotional. Like you were saying, you can tell by how you were talking, right? That's an emotion.
Yeah.
So when you feel that you're becoming passionate, hone in on that.
Yeah.
And sit in that space and feel what is driving you there.
Yeah.
And the other thing to remember is that passion isn't always a single specific thing. It can be an idea that flows over multiple areas of your life. So you may have to explore different interests and allow the passion to come into that interest.
Yeah.
And that's one that I identify with because my passions are things like excellent customer service,
Mm-hmm.
Quality interactions with people,
Mm-hmm.
and effective and efficient uses of systems. So those are like very high level ideologies that can be applied to a bunch of different things.
Yeah.
It's not a thing that you go practice. Like I'm not going to go practice efficiency in systems, but it's a passion of mine that I like to apply to things I'm working on.
Yeah.
So just drill down a little bit into that. So efficiency in systems, one thing that I'm very passionate about is first touch. So if you are the person that comes into touch with something, whether it be a piece of paper or a piece of information, you should do everything you can to get it into the system so that everyone else can use that information.
Mm.
So let's boil it down a little part further into what we do in the courts. When a piece of paper is filed, that first touch, that thing should be scanned and information from that thing, that piece of paper, entered so that everyone else can use that same information.
Yeah.
So it should never have to be touched again. It's done.
Yeah.
That is a passion of mine, and it's a efficiency of systems. It can also be pulled into the bar industry. We had to talk about this last night.
Yeah.
About using an ordering system in which you enter the order onto a digital device at the where and you take it, so you're not writing it down and then typing it in. You're not remembering it and typing it in and making a mistake. You're instantly inputting it so that it comes up in the system right away.
Correct.
That can be applied in working in my garage. So when I go to look for a tool, if I repeatedly find myself looking for it in a different spot, I should probably just put it in that spot because I'm not efficiently looking for that tool.
Yeah.
If I'm going to get a pair of pliers and I always look in the second drawer and pliers are in the third drawer, I should probably just move the pliers to the second drawer because for whatever reason in my mind that makes sense.
Yeah.
Instead of trying to force myself to relearn how it's efficiency in how the system works.
That's a system that your brain
Right.
has said like, hey, I recognize that this should be in the second drawer, and that's where it be. Subconsciously, I have done it in my home.
Mm-hmm.
Like when we moved, I kept looking for my screwdriver and my hammer in the drawer next to where it used to be.
There's something, I think it's called the like order of first retrieval,
Mm-hmm.
and it's wherever the first place is you look for something. When you find that something, you should put it back there.
Yeah.
That's exactly what we're describing.
That's what happened. So eventually I was like, you know what? Screw this. I'm taking it out of this drawer and I'm putting it in a drawer that I always, every time, 100% of the time, I always go to that drawer to try to retrieve it.
Exactly. Yeah, so that's a passion of mine. And it's not, I think in both of our passions that we described, they're not things. We're not passionate about violin.
Yeah.
We're not passionate about painting.
Yeah.
About being a car mechanic. We're passionate about these overarching things that can apply to many different areas.
Yeah.
And that's okay. That's part of finding your passion.
Yeah. And, when you do find your passion, it flows over into every aspect of your life.
Yeah.
And like, if I have a job and I can't do my passion in my job, I know it's time for me to leave that job.
Right.
Because whatever purpose that I was created to do for that job and use my passion for that job is over. So then there's another job that's out there for me where I can further use my passion that's going to give me that fulfillment all around.
Yeah, I think it's definitely a great way to look at it.
Yeah. And I think another one of my passions along with, helping people is trying to make a difference in somebody's life.
Sure.
It doesn't take something great. There's sometimes where I go home and I'm talking to my son and we get on, get off on subjects, and I find myself like talking to him and trying to instill something in him to change his life or change his negative outlook on a certain situation for something positive that's going to be able to help him in his life
Oh, sure.
further
Okay.
on. And so I know that I'm a people person. My personality, I'm extrovert,
Mm-hmm.
and I'm a people person, and that falls into my passion because the more people that I meet, I get to learn from them, and in return, like they can pour into me, and I can pour into them.
Mm-hmm.
What I say by that is just by in simple conversation, you just never know like how deep the conversation can be or how light the conversation can be. But in the conversation, there's something that you can say or do for that person that will be something that's meaningful,
Sure.
that can help them later on in life, or just by simply saying hello or acknowledging somebody when they're having their low time, they're like, you know what? This person said hello to me. This person said means something to me because they let me know that my life matters
Sure.
by just like a simple acknowledgement.
Right.
So it's just, you find that passion, embrace that passion, discover that thing that drives you, that make you pretty much who you are.
Right.
Because your passion is a part of your identity,
Right.
and it makes you the person. It's part of making you the person that you are to this
Yep.
day.
That's true. But that's not to say that discovering your passion doesn't come with barriers.
Correct.
So overcoming barriers and finding your passion involves addressing common obstacles such as fear of failure, external expectations, lack of time, self-doubt, limited exposure, perfectionism, and lack of clarity. By embracing a growth mindset, viewing failures as learning opportunities, and challenging external pressures, we can break free from limiting beliefs and pursue our true interests. And by pursuing these true interests, we're able to identify and focus on passions. Prioritizing time, practicing self-compassion, and seeking encouragement from a supportive network can help overcome time constraints and self-doubt. When we're actively seeking new experiences and engaging with communities, embracing curiosity, we can expand our exposure and discover those things that might become our next passion.
Mm-hmm.
By letting go of perfectionism, we can accept the journey of exploration and be patient with the process. And that can provide the freedom to discover passions gradually. So sort of stumbling your way through and discovering your passion. By addressing these barriers head on and adopting strategies to overcome them, we can work to unlock our true potential and find fulfillment in pursuing passions. Passions also have to be aligned with a purpose. Aligning passions with a purpose is a transformative process that brings fulfillment and meaning to life. It involves understanding and pursuing activities that ignite enthusiasm and joy, while also identifying the impact one wants to make in the world.
Yeah.
When passion and purpose align, a powerful synergy emerges, enabling you to live authentically and with direction. This alignment taps into unique strengths and talents and empowers individuals to contribute to something greater than themselves. This is what we're talking about when we're talking about being passionate about overarching topics that can be applied to many different areas.
Yeah.
Not that we're diminishing being passionate about a specific skill, because that specific skill can then be translated to work across many different areas. So if we take a specific skill as a musical instrument, you can then use that skill in many different ways across many different disciplines. So you can use it to perform, you can use it to teach.
Yeah.
You can use it as therapy for both yourselves and others.
Yeah.
There's lots of different ways to apply that skill when your passion is an individual skill versus a overarching concept.
Yeah. It definitely plays many different factors within your life.
Discovering the connection between passion and purpose requires introspection, self-reflection, and exploration of values, goals, and interests. When passion and purpose align, we unlock energy, inspiration, and a sense of fulfillment, and we experience a meaningful and intentional life driven by our authentic selves. So what we're saying there is that when we can figure out how to get these things to line up, they are more than the sums of their individual parts.
Yeah.
It's a greater effect, a synergy effect.
Yeah. And I would say, I like to give examples based off of my life.
Sure.
When I was with a job before I have now, when I knew and I was walking in my purpose and my passion at that job of either helping new employees or helping individuals that came into the office or wherever the case may be at that point in time. When I was at my peak, I was
Mm-hmm.
I was happy.
Right.
You know, come to work early, be there.
Yep.
You know, do whatever I can because it went over and above because I was walking in my full passion and my full purpose at that point in time.
Right.
And what people have to understand is your passion and your purpose can come to an end for a certain event. I was at that job when I felt like my purpose of there was coming to an end.
Mm-hmm.
I had a coworker that I was mentoring training that was coming up behind me, and I noticed that people would stop coming to me and would go to him.
Mm-hmm.
And so it's just like, well, I felt like my passion there was gone because that certain purpose of my life was coming to an end.
Right.
So if you feel like your passion, your purpose at a certain point in time is coming to an end, you need to do some self-reflection and see maybe it's my time. It's maybe the purpose that I had at this point in time is coming to an end and I need to move on to something different.
Maybe the passion isn't ending, but the purpose is. So you need to find a new purpose for your passion.
So you take the passion that you have,
correct,
and you transfer it to something different, but the purpose of you being in that certain area, time, place has come to an end. Your passion keeps going, but your purpose in that certain arena is done. And so don't lose. So when that happens, don't lose the thrill of the passion. Just realize that your passion is still there, but you just have to find a new purpose for it.
Right. So the final step on this path is taking action. And this sort of summarizes everything we've been talking about. But this is turning your passion into an action that clarifies your passion, sets clear goals, creates a plan, embrace learning from mistakes. You take consistent action, you embrace the growth mindset, and you celebrate milestones as you hit them. This all requires dedication, perseverance, and a proactive approach. By taking deliberate steps and staying focused on the goals, you can bring passion to your life and make a meaningful impact. Staying motivated and adapting as needed and surrounding yourself with supported individuals who share your passion is important in this process.
Definitely.
With consistent action and commitment to personal growth, you can turn your passion into a fulfilling and purpose-driven reality.
Yeah.
So we've talked about this in previous episodes numerous times. Small things become habits.
Yeah.
Habits grow into bigger things and it snowballs.
Yeah.
So the passion can start as a pebble and can grow into a boulder that you can apply to both your lives and the lives of others.
Correct. Because, you know, we're just imagine the passion that you have. If you drive that passion, you go full forward with that passion, and you meet other people that have the same passion as you.
Right.
If you once you guys get together,
it starts compounding that synergistic effect.
Yes.
You know, when your passion and purpose meet, that's synergistic for yourself.
Yeah.
But when you meet other people that also have that synergy going on, it starts compounding even greater and greater.
Yeah. And that is the purpose of our lives in general. Define your passion in life and what drives you and makes and fulfills you, and then finding other individuals that can also have that same passion. Then you guys take that purpose of what your lives are encompassed of and drive that, and then find other individuals. Then we will all be fulfilled together to complete the passion of why we exist and why we are here. You know, this is a very interesting subject, and it's a very you know, eye opener, and it's going to cause people to. I hope it causes our listeners to do a lot of critical thinking and soul searching to see why are you here. Once you discover why you're here and your purpose in life, then you will find the passion to do what your purpose is.
Right. Yeah. Couldn't agree more.
All right. That's a wrap for today's episode, ladies and gentlemen. Until next week.
Follow us on all the social medias. That's Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, YouTube, and TikTok at Life with Dan and Lewis.
That's Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, YouTube, and TikTok at Life with Dan and Lewis.
Video episodes are now available on YouTube, along with all our previous episodes in their audio-only formats on YouTube and wherever podcasts can be found, and on our website at lwdl.buzzsprout.com.
Come check us out. We'll see you there.
We'll be back next week with another episode. Until then, check out our new limited series, The Spotlight. New episodes will be coming in between weekly episodes of Life with Dan and Lewis throughout the year.
On the Spotlight.
Thanks for listening today. More episodes can be found anywhere podcasts are found, on YouTube, and on our website at lwdl.buzzsprout.com.
That's lwdl.buzzsprout.com.
Until next time, ask yourself, what have you done today to help someone else? Make good choices.
And love one another.